Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And 10 years, it's been 10 years to the day that Nier Cinema has existed here on YouTube. What a long, strange journey it has been so far, from the early days of the Black Ops 1 game battles content, to the Modern Warfare 3 speculation videos, to Minecraft for the Xbox 360, Red Dead's Undead Nightmare, Moab Monday, Moab Friday, DNA Saturday, Modern Warfare Remastered, Blackout, and of course, years and years of complaining about supply drops and everything else in between. Here we are, 10 years of Nier Cinema. I honestly had no idea when I made my channel back in the day that it would have the longevity that it has had, because what started off as a fun hobby would eventually turn into a passion, which would then turn into a career, and over the past 10 years, there have been over 4,600 videos uploaded between my two channels. Now obviously upload schedules have been a bit sporadic in recent times, but throughout the entire history of my time on YouTube, this was actually mind-blowing to me. I've averaged like 1.3 videos every single day for the last decade, which is pretty mind-blowing if you think about it. You start off just uploading live game battles matches with your friends, and then before you know it, you're making sit-down post-commentaries about matches you had, then you're making montages, then you're covering news, then you're making class guides, and next thing you know, 10 years go by. I'm turning 30 this year, so if I didn't already feel old enough, I definitely feel old now, because it's kind of crazy to have a YouTube channel that has been around for this long, but at the same time, it's sort of just my norm, because YouTube essentially is all I know. I've spent pretty much my entire adult life doing this, right? I've had a few other jobs here and there, but ultimately, YouTube is a defining aspect of me as a person. I had no idea it would lead me to where I am today. I just started posting for fun while unloading trucks at Walmart. That was my previous job. And back when I started YouTube initially, I had no delusions that this would become a job for me, because back when I started, YouTube was in such an infantile stage. Like, a lot of newer viewers really have no idea just how bad Call of Duty videos used to be way back in the day. Hey guys, it's Jimmy123 here. I finally got my Dazzle working. I think the aspect ratio's right. Let me know in the comments if not. If it's not good, I'll just spend the entire week uploading quality tests. So you guys hear about Hutch leaving the cinema? That was some bullshit, man. I bet it had something to do with scene enters. I never trusted him. Like, who doesn't put a camo on their gun? Only weirdos don't put camos on their gun. I got digital on my R700 here. That's how you know I'm not a weirdo. Anyways, you guys watch that new Obviously Jesus video? No, me either. It was such a different time, and in a lot of ways, we could be nostalgic for the old times and for the old community, but in a lot of ways, things have gotten much better. There are so many people out there that now do YouTube for a living, and as a result, the overall quality has gone up so much. I mean, obviously, there are some exceptions out there, but everything you would ever want to watch or know about is now on YouTube. Like, you think of the most random topic, and there are dozens and dozens of these high-quality video essays and documentaries breaking down pretty much anything you want, whether it's a super niche video game from the 70s, or the history of your favorite gun, or a TV show you liked growing up, or your favorite sports team, or whatever. Literally everything can be found on YouTube these days. When I first started, YouTube was super small, super niche, no one really knew about it. Nowadays, our grandparents are watching YouTube to figure out how to, like, fix the sink or something like that. Like, everyone watches YouTube for one reason or another, and it's kind of crazy how much it has grown over the years, even how much my own channel has grown over the years. Like, I've definitely done a lot of growing as a person, but my channel, like, the evolution of it has been kind of crazy. So, back when I first started, it was completely random. Everything I would put up on YouTube was completely random. It was July of 2011, so the original Black Ops must have been out for like 7 or 8 months, something like that, and the entire community was super enveloped in Modern Warfare 3 hype, but I'm posting Black Ops 1, I'm posting Gears of War, I'm posting Battlefield, I'm posting just a bunch of random stuff, and then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and for some reason, Modern Warfare 3 was where my channel really started gaining traction. It started with some simple tips and tricks videos for things like Kill Confirmed, and I would show gameplay of the new kill streaks, I would do some custom class tutorials, and then suddenly, a new series I started would end up changing my channel forever. Moab Friday was a weekly series I did back in Modern Warfare 3 where viewers would submit their Moabs to my channel and I would break down their gameplay, talk about the guns and the maps involved, and of course promote their channel in return. The series blew up. I don't know why. Going back and looking, they were not good videos, but the series blew up and I got so overwhelmed with the number of people that were submitting in their Moabs, I had to start a second show for the series, which was Moab Monday. In retrospect, Moab Monday makes a lot more sense as a name than Moab Friday, but Moab Friday came first, then Moab Monday came second, and basically my channel, half of it was just uploading Moabs way back in the day. And the series did so well that just a few months into Modern Warfare 3, I was offered a partnership through the Machinima Network.
I got an email from Machinima asking me to join their partner program, and that is just an amazing, humbling experience that I'm actually going to be a part of the Machinima Network now. My channel is going to become partnered with YouTube. I'm going to get the cool little banner on top of my channel. I'm going to get custom thumbnails for my videos, and just definitely, it's something that I put this much time and effort into, this whole YouTube thing where I'm posting videos every day, and all the effort and the time that I put into these videos, they're actually going to be, ooh, there's a quad. They're even going to be that much better now because my channel is going to have this awesome background, which I've already, SB Joel actually already made for me, and I've looked at it, and it's amazing, and I'm going to have these awesome thumbnails for my videos.
It's like I mentioned earlier, YouTube back then was in such an infantile state. Like, did you hear how excited I was about the fact that I was getting partnered? And it's not because I was able to make a little bit of money for my videos, it was because I was excited that I could have a channel banner and custom thumbnails on my videos. Like, it was so crazy back then. What was also neat about a Machinima partnership was you were able to partner up to 2 channels with them way back in the day. And since back then everyone would always just use copyrighted music all the time in their videos, channels would get shut down left and right out of nowhere. So it was pretty popular for a lot of people to have a quote-unquote backup channel should their main channel ever be deleted for one reason or another, and thus Nero's Let's Plays was born, where I would start posting Pokemon playthroughs, zombies, Madden, Minecraft, and pretty much everything else. There's like 1,500 videos on that channel. It's always been like a little side project I just do for fun. Now, towards the end of Modern Warfare 3's life cycle, that's when I started another weekly series called Dear Nero, where I would answer questions that were submitted in by viewers, and by the end of the series, it would have over 200 episodes before it would wind down and basically just become something I do occasionally. Back then, it was a weekly series for months and months and years, and nowadays, it's just something I do kind of randomly. In fact, the most recent episode went up a couple of weeks ago. Every now and then, it's still fun to sit down and answer questions that were submitted in by the viewers. But after Modern Warfare 3, my channel kept going. Black Ops 2 came out, and it was wonderful. Still my second favorite Call of Duty title to this day. It was a weird time, though, because I was putting out tons and tons of content for the game, but I took inspiration from other content creators, like at the time, Total Biscuit and Yogi Slaya, and I started posting more variety on my channel as compared to only posting COD. So I posted like a full playthrough of Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare, I did Walking Dead's Survival Instinct, I did Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army, I did Pokey MMO, like I did all sorts of stuff on the channel, but back then, you have to keep in mind that Walking Dead was blowing up on TV. It was like the biggest show on television, so everyone and their mother was wanting zombies content, and everyone wanted to play zombies games, and zombies games were getting pushed out left and right, and so I was hooked. I loved zombie stuff way back when, and so I started posting a bunch of zombies-themed games on the channel, in addition to things like Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and it got to the point where it seemed like my Let's Play channel was kind of leaking over into my main channel, but still, it was a lot of fun. Black Ops 2 was an amazing game. I had so much fun posting that and playing that, and then of course expanding my channel by playing and posting different games as well. After Black Ops 2, of course, came Call of Duty Ghosts, and what's crazy about this is despite Call of Duty Ghosts being one of my least favorite CODs of all time, like Black Ops 2 was the game that's like my second favorite COD ever, and my channel was like kind of like alright during that time period. Well, Call of Duty Ghosts is like bottom 3 all time for me when it comes to COD, but this was hands down by far the best year for my YouTube channel in terms of growth. It's kind of crazy how things like that end up working, and a lot of it was due to a little-known series called Chem Strike Saturday. Now, this series didn't have a fancy intro like Moab Friday, but this time period did mark the beginning of me using April Showers by Pro Leader and having a more old-school aesthetic to my channel art, which is something that has stuck around, of course, to this day. Chem Strike Saturday was super popular, but I wasn't really posting as many regular COD Ghost videos because the game was super frustrating for me to play, so I supplemented content by covering Battlefield 4, as well as the original Titanfall. Like, who remembers when Titanfall came out, like the original one? That game had so much hype behind it, and it was so much fun. And between all those games, before we knew it, it was time for a brand new Call of Duty to come out, but I don't think any of us expected what was to come. right? I can't sugarcoat this one. I can't. Advanced Warfare was a changing point for the Call of Duty franchise, and it would start what a lot of people believe to be the decline of the Call of Duty franchise. Exosuits, advanced movement, robots, supply drops, stat-changing weapon variants. There was so much to take in with this game. Of course, I did revive the old tried and true back in the day. I started a new series called DNA Saturday, which a lot of people enjoyed. It was super popular, but Advanced Warfare itself was a really weird time in the history of the Call of Duty franchise, because none of us knew if this was going to be a one-and-done style game, or if this was going to be Call of Duty going forward. We just got off of games like Black Ops 2 and things like that, and now suddenly we have advanced movement and supply drops and supply drop weapon variants that are better than the base weapons, and it was just such a weird time. And thankfully, Black Ops 3 would come out after that, and a lot of people consider Black Ops 3 to be not only the best advanced movement game, but also one of the best games in the franchise. And I think it's because we were conditioned a little bit by Advanced Warfare to kind of accept advanced movement just a little. But with Black Ops 3, it was super fun because these specialists were something new and they add a whole new layer of gameplay. But on top of that, the movement was much more refined and toned down as compared to the exosuits of Advanced Warfare. So Black Ops 3 overall was super fun. I got Dark Matter in that game. I got Prestige Master in that game. After barely playing Ghost, I put an absurd amount of playtime into Black Ops 3 because it was genuinely that fun. But then they announced that Infinite Warfare was going to be coming out, and a lot of us were super skeptical, right? We just spent 2 straight years with advanced movement, and a lot of us just wanted a more traditional Call of Duty gameplay experience, right? We wanted boots on the ground. But then at the very end of the trailer, we saw this. Holy hell, guys, this was insane. I don't think I have ever been as hyped for a video game as I was when I saw the teaser for Modern Warfare Remastered at the end of the Infinite Warfare trailer. Call of Duty 4 was the game that got me into the franchise initially. All the way back in 2007 when I got my very first Xbox 360, Call of Duty 4 was the first game I got for it, and I fell in love with the franchise right away. Call of Duty 4 is one of my favorite games. I have over 60 days of playtime in that game alone, and now suddenly, with Modern Warfare Remastered, all these years later, all that knowledge I gathered as a high school kid staying up way too late playing COD is now relevant. All that nostalgia and all that knowledge is now suddenly relevant again because they're remastering the game that got me into the franchise initially. I think this may have been my favorite year on YouTube. I was literally just reliving my teenage years by playing COD 4 all day, every day, but the game itself was also relevant again because it's new, quote unquote, it's new, and I was able to make YouTube content on it to boot. This was just the revival I needed for not only my YouTube channel, but me as a COD player, because another year of advanced movement with Infinite Warfare was going to basically make me quit the franchise and seek out greener pastures. Like, Infinite Warfare was not the game that I wanted. Black Ops 3 was pretty fun, but Infinite Warfare was not the game I wanted. It was not the game that a lot of players wanted, and thankfully, they gave us the option to play COD 4 Remastered as compared to Infinite Warfare, because I wonder how many COD fans would have quit had Modern Warfare Remastered not been a thing. But yeah, I spent the entire year playing COD 4 Remastered. My channel was doing super well. I was having so much fun. I loved every second of it. And then we got a bit of a renaissance in the Call of Duty franchise, at least in my opinion, right? Because Modern Warfare Remastered was incredible, and then suddenly we got the very first World War II themed COD in a decade, which I loved. I know that's a controversial opinion, but I will always maintain that Call of Duty World War II was good, and then it became great after the Division's overhaul. It's a super good game in my opinion. And then after that, of course, we got Black Ops 4, which I'll also always maintain is one of the absolute greatest Call of Duty titles ever. Everything from the slow time to kill, rewarding good players in multiplayer, to Blackout being Call of Duty's initial take on Battle Royale. I loved everything about Black Ops 4. It was so much fun, but after that, we would enter what I'm going to call the modern era of COD, which of course includes Modern Warfare 2019, Warzone, and Black Ops Cold War. I don't think too much needs to be said about this because we're pretty much living in this era right now, but I would say that we're definitely in a low point for the franchise, or at least for me personally, I think we're in a low point for the franchise. Modern Warfare 2019 is People are going to hate this. It's the worst COD ever made, in my opinion. It is hands down the worst Call of Duty title ever made. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Warzone, in my opinion, is worse than Blackout in pretty much every single definable way, with the exception of being able to bring your teammates back from the dead. That part is nice, but other than that, I prefer Blackout in every single aspect compared to Warzone. And then, of course, Black Ops Cold War. I mean, that's the current game out right now. I think it has a super solid foundation. You guys know my opinion on the game, but it's basically bone dry when it comes to content outside of things that they throw in the shop. So it has a really good foundation if they were to actually add content to it, and if they were to actually support it, but they're not really doing that. They just give us double XP weekends pretty much every other day and act like that's content. But yeah, I would definitely say we're at a low point here in the Call of Duty franchise. But of course, the current leaks and rumors are suggesting that Sledgehammer Games is releasing another World War II themed title this year, which should be interesting. And of course, we have that fan-made SM2 game, which is going to be a best of Call of Duty title. So as always, I'm excited about the future of the Call of Duty franchise. You kind of have to take the lows with the highs. Like, if everything is always on a high, you don't really appreciate it, right? So if you have a couple down years like we're experiencing right now, that's going to make the next time we have good years even better, I suppose. That's just one of the ways you can look at to kind of give yourself a more positive outlook on the Call of Duty franchise. But yeah, here we are, man. I'm excited about the future, and I just can't believe that 10 years ago today, 19-year-old Nero sat down at his computer and made a YouTube channel before heading to unload trucks at work, and now here we are. It's been an incredible journey so far, and I want to thank every single one of you for being part of it. Do I have any regrets? Of course I do. I think I would have definitely worked harder throughout the years if I had the opportunity to go back, and hindsight, of course, is always 20/20 as well, but in the end, I've always been able to stay true to myself. I never shilled out to Activision. I made the videos I wanted to make, and I cultivated one of the most non-toxic and supportive fan bases in the Call of Duty scene. So to that extent, I would say my time here on YouTube has been time well spent. Thank you all so much for being here, however long or short, and stay tuned for some really cool stuff in the coming months and years ahead, because while we may be 10 years into videos here on Nero Cinema, we're not stopping there. Have a wonderful day, guys.